We are inching closer and closer to Meridian 2025, which is going to be Stellar's largest event yet. This is upcoming in the middle of September 17th through the 18th. And I am definitely excited for this event because there's going to be a lot of great speakers at this event, number one. Number two, I'm sure that there's going to be a lot announced at this event as well because we typically do see that. And the biggest things that I look forward to seeing at this event is possibly some partnerships, some announcements of projects building on Stellar, and also conversations around stablecoins, tokenization, institutional DeFi. I would love to hear some of these discussions because, again, that's what we have been hearing throughout 2025. And of course, Stellar is not shy to those use cases, so I definitely am looking forward to seeing that. Now, of course, outside of just Meridian 2025, a lot has been happening around the Stellar ecosystem, which I have been putting a big spotlight on. In this video, I actually want to go over a lot of the recent announcements on top of course, the quarterly report, which did get released as well. And guess what? A lot of the information within that report is very exciting, especially for the future for Stellar, but also even for XLM itself and for XLM holders, because we are starting to see the network grow and expand in a huge way. And one thing that I have noticed is a lot of these sleeper networks that, are not brand new. Like, for an example, if we go back to 2020 into 2021, Solana stole the show because Solana was a newer coin. It was VC backed and it went insane. And a lot of people just kind of gave up any hope for these networks like Stellar and even XRP because for the longest time, we didn't really have a lot to offer. We didn't have DeFi on these networks. We didn't have specific things that allows the network to grow and expand rapidly. And today, that's a completely different story. And we're actually seeing that story in real time because, again, if we think about Stellar today from the quarterly report, which we'll go over, the growth is real. The network adoption is real. The network is starting to be tapped in a big way, which I'm very excited about. Now, before I do continue on with the video, I quickly want to announce the partnership with ITrustCapital. I know that I already announced this prior, but again, they are a sponsor of the channel, so you'll see a lot more call to actions with ITrustCapital and just overall content, including ITrustCapital, because again, this is one of those platforms that I have been following for so long. A lot of good friends in this space have been utilizing ITrustCapital and actually have partnerships with them as well. And I heard nothing but good things. The best part about ITrustCapital is that they're offering us two specific things, the IRA side and then also the premium custody account side as well. These are two great things to tap into, especially if you are in crypto and you are in for the long term, especially the IRA side. Also, utilizing my link, you do get a free $100 funding bonus as well, which you just can't beat. But I love the IRA side because if we are thinking about how early we are into crypto, the IRA side is very good for tax advantages. You could buy and sell crypto 24/7 through it. The fees are very low and there's also no monthly fee. The premium custody account is also very good for those that want to make sure that you have that institutional grade custody. It's extremely secure. Again, low cost, no monthly fee. So if you guys do want to tap into this, you guys are more than welcome to by utilizing my link down in the description below. Again, you get a free $100 funding bonus when you sign up using my link and deposit. So what are you guys waiting for? Tap in. You won't regret it. One of the best platforms out there in crypto. Now, with that being said, let's dive on in back to the video. So like I said, with DeFi on Stellar, we are witnessing some very significant adoption. 100 million plus smart contract transactions and counting. DeFi on Stellar is growing fast. Borrowing, lending, staking, tokenization, global wallets, bridges, and more. Just the beginning. And yeah, this is incredible to see, right? 100 million plus smart contract transactions. Here we actually have the full breakdown just from Danielle Dixon of some key highlights of the Q2 report. So here we have an all-time high TVL of $150 million, with TVL increasing from $69 million to $84 million in Q2. And also the average fee per transaction has dropped significantly. It's at fractions of a penny and a 5.67 second average ledger close time. Then, of course, Stellar is the number 2 in tokenized treasuries from a layer 1 perspective. Now, also on top of that, we did just get another big update, which was Stellar is built for tokenization. Proud to be a part of the TA coalition. This is also another big move because if we're looking at these members, now this was back in the end of July. I'm bringing this back up because let's just be honest here. Over the last couple months, we have been witnessing major moves around the tokenization market. The SEC is now telling us that tokenization will be much bigger. They want to embrace it. They want to enable it. And here we're thrilled to announce the TA coalition has welcomed 24 new members. Another step forward in our mission to onboard the next trillion of assets on chain. In the wake of the US leading the way for global crypto regulation, we've added some absolute hitters from TradFi that are making waves in tokenization. We now cover almost every major network and Oracle provider in tokenization. Anticipating the importance of global interoperability, we've increased our reach in the Middle East and Asia. We're doubling down on stablecoins and ecosystem participants, enabling compliant and safe adoption of tokenized assets. Our newest members continue our tradition of onboarding and supporting the best projects, networks, and builders in the business. We're humbled to add such an elite group to our member ranks. Now, if we're looking at these names, guys, just take a quick look at some of the names here. I know that some of these names you might not know. That's okay. The main thing that I'm looking at is Fidelity's on here. Fidelity's on here, Polymesh, ZK Sync. I mean, guys, these are major blue chips. Wormhole's on here as well. I love to see this openness, if you will. Because again, this is like that collaboration that we want. We want to have all of these big players tied back to the biggest thing happening around crypto, which is, of course, tokenization. And, you know, when we think about what Stellar is committed to doing, they are fully embracing tokenization in a large way. You know, if we think about Stellar, and I'll come back to this here in a moment with stablecoins, RWA value on the Stellar network right now is about $460 million. That's nothing compared to where we're headed. And so far, this has been pretty stable. I'm waiting for a big unlock here for Stellar where we surge to almost like $1 billion+. And I do believe that that's going to happen. And on top of this announcement with, you know, TA Coalition, we also got this big announcement just recently. At SDF, we believe open standards, strong compliance frameworks, and interoperability are essential to scaling tokenized real-world assets. That's why we're joining ERC 3643 org. If this doesn't sound familiar, it's okay. For most of us, it does, because Hedera also joined this association. This happened back in March, and this was to scale institutional RWAs. This is a very large group. In fact, I think everyone should be paying attention to what ERC 3643 is doing because already they have about $32 billion worth of assets tokenized by this standard. And if we're thinking about all of these names coming together with this association, it's the same exact thing that I'm talking about with the TA coalition, where we have that openness, right? We have all of these players collaborating. It's an open network. It's an open ecosystem. This is how we enable specific things. This is how we enable the first trillion to move on chain. This is how we enable interoperability of tokenized assets. This is how we enable tokenized markets. I love to see this. And in terms of the announcement, here we have the announcement. So they just break down SDF here, but we also see the breakdown of ERC 3643. It's a framework for issuing and managing permission tokens on public blockchains. The standard is designed to meet regulatory and compliance requirements for real-world assets, making it a foundational layer for institutional-grade real-world asset tokenization. With this announcement, SDF is deepening its commitment to interoperability, compliance, and real-world asset use cases on Stellar and beyond. And here we have the key things driving real-world asset adoption, open source contributions, cross-chain interoperability as well. And joining this association, it allows them to reflect their beliefs that open-centered, strong compliance frameworks and interoperability are essential to scaling tokenized real-world assets. We look forward to working with other members to drive the adoption of standards that make asset issuance more secure, transparent, and globally accessible. I love this. I think that this is going to be a big game changer for Stellar. I also think that this is going to unlock a lot more value to move on chain for Stellar as well. Now, let's talk about stablecoins. We just got this big announcement from Stellar, which was proven reliability and commitment to removing barriers in global finance. That's why TD Markets, in partnership with Shift Markets, chose the Stellar network to launch XLM, a digital asset pegged 1-to-1 to the South African rand. Now, if we actually look into this, here we have the announcement. All right, so number one, right off the rip, holders of XLM have returns of up to 7.5% APY to enable everyday consumers and enterprises to send global payments while earning more. We also have a quote regarding why they chose Stellar. So Stellar's broad ecosystem of on and off ramps reaching over 170 countries and its decade-long track record of powering billions of operations make it the ideal platform for XLM. Its proven reliability and commitment to removing barriers in global finance enables seamless access for enterprises, NGOs, merchants, and everyday consumers alike, especially in emerging markets where traditional financial infrastructure often falls short. Now, here are those benefits regarding this coin. 24/7 liquidity to support institutional grade trading and seamless market operations, local on and off ramps that make it easy for consumers to convert between XLM and local currencies, a TDME platform developed by Shift Markets providing merchant tolling that supports payroll and other merchant tolling to enable broader acceptance, customizable platform controls for user administration, liquidity management, and compliance requirements to ensure a tailored approach for regional market needs. Over the last decade, blockchain solutions built on the Stellar network have enabled enterprises, NGOs, merchants, and everyday consumers to access digital assets anywhere in the world, whether in emerging markets unable to access global currencies, migrants struggling to handle and secure physical cash, or those looking for faster and cheap global payments. The Stellar network is the network of choice for cheap, fast, and secure global payments. And I'm very excited about this because 7 stablecoins are already living on Stellar. This is just yet another stablecoin. Again, if we're thinking about the market here for Stellar around the stablecoin market, it's very exciting to see this. There's already MZAR, which is with Mesh. This is actually a Netherlands stablecoin. We also have USDC as well. This is with Circle. We also have GMO Trust with Z.com USD, and then also the Japanese yen. We also have the Australian digital dollar, the Canadian dollar digital money as well, the Euro stablecoin. I mean, guys, the stablecoin market for Stellar is massive right now. We might only have 231 million on chain in terms of stablecoin market cap, but this is steadily growing, especially over the last 30 days, with this being up 20+%. And also these stablecoin holders over 530,000. We love to see that. And it seems as though the market for stablecoins on Stellar is only going to continue to increase more and more with announcements like this. So, with that being said, I do think that almost everyone out there should be paying attention to these moves that Stellar is making. Also, we should be studying these quarterly reports because these quarterly reports are showing us how much the network is changing, how fast the network is being adopted, how much utilization of the network there is as well. I'm very, very excited about the future for Stellar. I think XLM is a major gem in this market. And with that being said, I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys definitely like, subscribe, turn notifications on because more free content. You guys are more than welcome to follow me on Twitter and join the free Discord down in the description below. And with that being said, guys, it's been Nick. Thanks for watching. Peace out.